So much happened in 2019. Were we able to meet our goals? Let's take a look back. Hi everybody, this is Laura and Jerry with Lonely Pines Farm. It's the end of 2019, so we thought it'd be a good time to reflect on the goals that we had for 2019 and see whether or not we met them. It was an absolutely crazy year and turned out not at all like we expected.
Nothing like we had planned.
The video for our goals for last year we filmed at like the beginning of February and had no dreams of ever buying our homesteading property this quickly. Then in March we met with our financial planner and a real estate agent, and in late June we ended up buying our wonderful new homestead. It wasn't on the goals at all and totally changed the game.
We don't stick to lists real well.
So we wanted to take a look back and see, even with the chaos and transition and everything that happened with the move, if we were still able to meet at least a few of our goals for the year.
I think we did pretty well at most of them. Especially the ones I was in charge of.
Our first goal for 2019 was to begin making money off the homestead, and this $10 bill is proof that that's happening. This was our first sale from the homestead. A dear friend of ours bought some greens and some raspberry vinegar that I whipped up, and that was our first sale, and it was a huge step in the right direction. We also got monetized on YouTube in 2019, which has been a big help, and I started our website with our blog, which is bringing in a little revenue as well. We were also able to sell a few items, some sourdough breads, some bags of greens, and a few other items locally to friends last year. So all very good steps in the right direction. We did meet that goal. We did start making money off the homestead. I still didn't learn how to crochet, but there's time for that. And we're looking forward to making our homestead a more sustainable income source moving forward.
So our number 2 goal was to maximize our space. Now at the old place, we did not have any type of yard whatsoever, so we did a lot of planting in pots, we did a few raised beds, and we crammed stuff in there as tight as we possibly could, because we just had literally no space. We were growing under pine trees and such. So we did do that quite well, I feel. We took advantage of what we had, we got most things in the ground, and then we moved. Voila! Now we have space we can actually take advantage of. So we do still plan on doing raised beds, pots, growing beans, up corn stalks, etc. Everything we can do to take advantage of the space that we have. But we have so much more of it, it's going to be a fabulous year. Last year we did maximize our space as much as we could, but unfortunately we had to leave everything behind. We moved 3 hours away, and not a whole lot of tomatoes and cucumbers and everything else made it in the move, as you can imagine. But we are going to take advantage of our space.
Our third goal was to improve preservation, both quantity and flavor. I'm not sure that we met that goal. With the move and everything that goes along with it, a lot of our plants didn't make it. We held them over so long that by the time we got here, the tomatoes really didn't produce. We had some 𝙒𝘋𝑆 and 𝙒𝘖𝑠 left over from the people who lived here before us, but we really didn't have the quantities that we anticipated and the quantities that we had had previous years in shoreline. So, bit of a wash there, but we did do what we could in terms of preservation, and we did have a couple winners with improved flavor, which was half of our goal. We have a recipe for zucchini chunks, a sweet pickled zucchini chunk, which actually ended up turning out kind of like mango, which is delicious. And I also dabbled in floral jellies. So I have a dandelion jelly and also a lilac jelly that turned out fantastic. So we have a honeysuckle bush that grows right outside. I'm excited to maybe get into some honeysuckle jelly this year, but anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I'd say we maybe half met this goal. Didn't necessarily have the kind of sustainable quantity of preservation that we'd like, but did find a few good recipes, and it's going to be a goal that we're going to continue to work on.
So our 4th goal was to become better foragers and to also explore the bartering world. There was a group where we used to live where you could actually meet once a month, bring your homegrown, homemade goods, and you could barter those with anybody else there for anything that you deemed worthy. We were quite successful. The products that we brought in, the plants, the vegetable starts in particular, bread, a few other things like that were very, very successful. And we actually had people coming up to us and asking us what we'd be bringing next month and what we wanted in return for those things. So that went off very, very well. The foraging, we set our goals and then promptly decided to start looking for a house to move to. So we didn't get as much time to focus on the foraging as we wanted. There were places where we were able to get into somebody else's apple orchard and collect their apples, which was nice, but now we've inherited a couple of our own fruit trees. We have apple and plum and cherry. We're planning on ordering some others without getting into a different video. So we feel like we're very well set up for foraging on our own land. And we do live very close to the National Forest now, so we're really going to try to hit foraging hard in this upcoming year. Like I say, I don't think we did quite as good of a job of that as we wanted to, but the bartering and stuff did come off very, very well, and we look forward to ramping that up into next year.
Our fifth goal was to make more and waste less. One major way we've done this is with our upgraded compost pile. Since we moved, we've basically doubled the amount of compost that we can be processing at any given point in time. In the house at the old place, we used to have a small, cute little ice bucket that we use as our compost bin. We've upgraded to keeping a 5-gallon bucket in the house for our compost, and it's made it so much easier because it doesn't fill up as quickly. So we're definitely much more prone to compost things like our egg cartons and tissues and coffee, and we've got a secondary bin here to be able to take our trimmings like blackberries and let them die back so that they become browns, and then they can be added to the compost. So composting has been a huge way that we've reduced our footprint. We've continued with measures like taking our own bags to the grocery store. I do need to order some more produce bags for the grocery store. We haven't necessarily gotten as much as I'd like to into the making more portion of that goal. I had dabbled in some beauty products, and that kind of fell off with the move and everything that goes along with it. So definitely something that we want to continue to work towards. And now that we're out in the country, our trash only comes every other week. So it really is important that the trash can not get overflowed with things going into a landfill. In terms of reducing our overall footprint and putting less trash out into the world, I think it was a success. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe below so you get future updates. Be sure to stay tuned for part 2 of the video, which is our brand new goals for 2020. They'll be very different than last year. Also, be sure to find us on all the social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're even on TikTok now, which makes me feel older than dirt, but we're gonna give it a try. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys. I hope you have a great New Year's.